Hello, my name is Mechagodzilla and today I am going to have my cake and eat it too. So I will randomly wake up one day and decide to have some cake, so I will go to this kid's birthday party and the kid will assume the parents asked me to come and each parent will just assume the other called my agent. So I will do a couple of rap songs about how awesome I am and then shoot fireworks out of my shoulder cannons, because I totally have those, and then I will then be offered a piece of cake and I will say, what do you want me to do with this? Eat it? Happy birthday to the ground. And I will throw the cake on the ground and then throw the rest of the cake on the ground and say welcome to the real world, jackass, and then his dad will rush me to beat the shit out of me, but he will break his hand in an attempt to hit my diamond hard armor and I will retaliate with a punch that has the same force as a bullet on a Virginia Tech student and then vaporize him with my 0-point energy cannons and he will scream in agony and burst into flames and the kid will start crying like, I killed my daddy, I hate you. And I will in anger grow to full size and step on the party and then realize that I had forgotten the whole purpose of going to the party and that I made a mistake. Shit. I'll have to start over. Hello, my name is Mechagodzilla and today I am going to have my cake and eat it too. So I will randomly wake up one day and decide to have some cake. So I will decide to go to a fancy bakery and say to the baker, hello sir. I am planning to marry my girlfriend and would like one sample of each of your cakes, and he will say sure thing sir, and he will give me 50 pieces of cake and I will awkwardly sit on the floor and eat all the cake like yum 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 yum, this is really good, yum 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 yum. The buttercream frosting melts in my mouth like my hydraulic fluid melts in the mouths of Japanese girls, yum 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 yum. And then the baker will ask me, shouldn't your girlfriend be tasting these samples with you, and I will say, oh yeah, you are right, can I take home 50 more free samples, and he will say, free? Who said they were free? Each sample is $20 and I will say, what? Who pays $20 for cake? How can society be so wasteful? There are starving children in Indiana, and he will say that, unless his math is wrong, 20 times 50 is 500 and I owe him $500 worth of bullshit. Now, since I am paid a mint in government salary and residual checks, I will just take out my credit card and pay for all the cake, and he will charge $1,000 to the card and I will say, what the fuck? You said 500, and he said that he is also charging me for the other samples I wanted, since I said I was gonna have my girlfriend try them, and I will say I was fucking lying, stupid. I'm not marrying my girlfriend, I'm just having sex with her and having her live with me, and he will gasp and say, how dare you live with your girlfriend in sin, you should live in separate apartments until your wedding night and then you should sleep in separate beds and only have sex for reproduction, and I will say, no fucking married couple ever slept like that. Stop getting your knowledge of relationships from the fucking Dick Van Dyke Show, and then Admiral Crunch and Gay Bozer will walk in and say that they want a wedding cake for their gay wedding that has cum-based frosting and edible anal beads as the frosting buttons, and he will say, how dare you ask me to make that, and not because it is a cake with cum frosting and edible anal beads, but because it is for a gay wedding, and then he will go, I'm persecuted, you're pushing an agenda on me. America should be like Handmaid's Tale. Get out of my store, you fags, and I will arm my finger missiles, because I totally have those, and blast the baker into a million pieces, and then I will bake a cake for them like bake, sneaking over to the sperm bank for the frosting, bake. Why am I doing this? Bake, and then I will give them the cake with 2 miniature sex dolls standing on the top, and they will say thank you and pay me $1 million and get out of the store. I will then turn on the gas stove, light a match and run out of the store, and the store will explode like boom 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 boom. Why did I do that? Boom 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 boom. I could have just blown it up with my laser. Boom 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 boom. And then I will see on a jumbotron that Sean Hannity is scolding me for killing the homophobic baker, and he will have Tommy Lahren and Kevin Sorbo as his guests, and I will use my experimental teleportation unit to teleport outside of the studio of the Sean Hannity show, and I will pull out my retractable axe and break into the studio and say, here's Mackie and then Tommy. Laren will scream and Kevin Sorbo, having played Hercules, will rush me, but then remember that he's not really Hercules, and I will open my mouth and melt Kevin Sorbo with my atomic breath, and he will say, "Oh no, I am liquid," and then I will laser off all of Tommy Laren's clothes and point all the cameras at her, and she will scream, and I will hack the FCC and block the censors and broadcast it on every TV in the world. Then I will grow to full size, grab Sean Hannity and squeeze him until his head pops. Then I will shrink back down to man size, grab Tommy Laren and fly her to the North Pole and drop her next to some polar bears and say there's Coca-Cola inside of her, and the polar bears will maul her to death, and I will live stream it on Twitch. Then I will turn around and see Mecha Barney and the Barney Bunch and say, "Mechagodzilla, you broadcasted a naked woman to every TV in Drewland, and for that you must die," and the Barney Bunch will kill me and I will die. 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 Shit. I messed up. I'll have to start over. Hello, my name is Mechagodzilla, and today I am going to have my cake and eat it too. So I will be randomly patrolling the skies of Earth, and I will see a bunch of guys baking a cake outside, and I will descend onto the neighborhood and say, "Hello guys, that cake looks totally delicious, can I have some?" And the guys will all snicker and give me a piece, and I will just assume that they are all just excited to meet me, and I will eat the cake. I will notice that it tastes salty, and sour, and bitter, and kind of disgusting, and I will ask what is in the cake, and they will all burst out laughing, and I will look down and see human hairs sticking out of the cake, and one of them will say that they ingested all the ingredients for a cake and vomited them into the pan before baking it, and I will get so angry that I will enter my berserker mode, grab all of them, wrap them in the American flag, and fly across the Pacific Ocean before dropping them in North Korea, dooming them to torture and execution. I will exit berserker mode and realize what I have done, and instead of simply swooping down and extracting them, I will instead put them out of their misery with a solar bombardment, but I will then realize my error and had inadvertently incinerated North Korea, and I will be burdened with the guilt of having killed millions of people, and then I will realize that by destroying North Korea, I have started World War III, and the Chinese will start launching their missiles. I will try to shoot as many down with my lasers and robotic turrets, because I totally have those, but too many missiles will get past me and they will destroy South Korea, Japan, and most of the US West Coast. And I will look to see the US fleet and the Chinese fleet in a shooting war over Taiwan, and I will try to stop as many American ICBMs from destroying the Chinese coastline, but I will again fail to stop them all, and half the population of China will be wiped out in an instant, and Russian troops will invade from the north. The second wave of missiles will launch, and I will keep trying to minimize the damage, but will look to see that the northern hemisphere is irrevocably damaged and civilization is on the brink of total collapse, and with billions of people dead, I will devote the rest of my existence to rebuilding civilization. Shit. 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 That turned dark really fast. I better start over. Hello, my name is Mechagodzilla, and today I am going to have my cake and eat it too. I will randomly wake up one day and decide to have some cake, and then remember that Honey Senpai also likes cake and will disembark to go to Orin Academy. When I get to Orin Academy, there will be an extremely long line of anime girls that are trying to get into the host club, but I will instead just cut past them and bust through the doors and see Honey Senpai eating some cake with Yusa-chan, and I will say, "Honey Senpai, as a comrade in arms, I wish to eat some cake with you," and then Honey will hug Yusa-chan and will say, "Okay, let's eat some cake together," so we will eat some cake like yum 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 yum. Yes, Earth Hound likes Orin Host Club yum 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 yum. He also likes Wallflower yum 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 yum. He wants to get into Fruits Basket yum 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 yum. And then some younger kid in a white school uniform will bust down the doors and say, "Mitsukuni, I challenge you to Mortal Kombat," and I will turn my head all the way around and say, "How dare you interrupt my cake session," and I will microwave him with my destructo beams and he will explode, and Honey Senpai will cry like, "That was my little brother, you murdered him in cold blood," and I will turn my head back around and will try to console him, but he will blast me with pure energy, and then transcend his corporeal form and become a being of pure energy that looks kind of like the Archon from StarCraft, and he will continue to blast me with bolts of pure energy, and then Nick Fury and a bunch of SHIELD agents in full armor will bust through the walls of Orin Host Club and tell Honey Senpai to stand down, and Honey Senpai will start killing all the SHIELD agents, and Nick Fury will panic and throw the ultimate nullifier at him, and this will cause an energy feedback that will delete the universe. Fuck, I just wanted to have some motherfucking cake. One more time. Hello, my name is Mechagodzilla, and today I am going to have my cake and eat it too. I will randomly wake up one day and decide to have some cake and go to Walmart and walk over to the bakery section and be faced with an extremely long line, but I will not shoot my way to the front and instead just watch a movie in my head and put myself in cruise control until I am at the front of the line. When I am at the front of the line, I will politely ask for a chocolate sheet cake with vanilla frosting and blue buttons. The baker will hand me the cake and I will say thank you for being so courteous for slave wages, and I will pay at the front end and then take the cake and eat a handful, and then remember that I can't stand cake and prefer brownies, so I will smear the cake on the wall and walk away. I will not attempt to get any cake again for as long as I live. Later, skater.